listener, and welcome to 10 Portalers, the show where we jump around a whole bunch of different games and systems and hopefully do so in a somewhat coherent manner. I am Seth, I am writer and game master, and with me I have...
I am David, and I have blue dice.
Wow.
What?
All that build-up. Okay.
I'm Rachel, and I published my new website this week.
You have...
And what type of dice do you have?
Oh, and I have blue dice.
You also have
wow,
blue dice.
I also have blue dice.
Yeah.
Different blue, though.
Yes.
Wow, make it three. I'm Kyle, and I have hot pink dice.
Yep.
Because they're small and tiny, and so they will be easier to find if they're a bright, shiny color. Also, I like pink.
Yeah. Nobody cares, but I also have like a bluish teal group of dice. Anyway.
I feel like I'm...
One of these things, not like the others.
It's good. It's important to stand out.
Right. I also feel weird because, like, hey, you guys got all the boy colors that here to suck up.
Apparently, it was once the other way. Anyway,
I just don't like pink, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I like blue.
Either.
I like dark blue. I don't like baby blue. Baby blue is a no-go.
Me, my pink dice will do.
You're welcome to roll all the pink dice you want, man.
I believe in you. You're not going to get any critical failure glitches.
We have that on recording, you know.
Yeah.
We shall see how it's going to go in the next few hours.
We'll just cut it and play it later as
Right.
for cue irony.
It's called a cruel irony.
Like my dependence on you. So, when last we left our heroes, you were in the world of Shadowrun, some techie, magic-y version of Earth that apparently has seen a bit of an uptick in hit and runs in the past day.
What? No.
So you have arrived in this new world, hoping to track down further intel on your opposition, whoever they might be. And you have traveled this time with Sahin's sister, Kisma, who's having a bit of an adjustment problem, having manifested as a dwarf in this reality. And since
That's pretty
then,
rough.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
Next.
Since then, you have made some acquaintances. There is a young troll female by the name of Vethanai, who is the leader of an extracurricular group known as the Dirats. And she lives apparently with her grandparents, and one of them was the victim of your brush on the roads.
We're so sorry, Sam.
Clipped him, and it had gone poorly. But none of you are arrested yet, and you've been visiting pubs and trying to figure out whether you should steal or rent boats. Finally landing on the latter, and you've acquired Old Bessie from Scarvey.
Then we got yelled at by Beth and I.
And you've also visited the Bank of England and acquired a cloud staff. Not entirely sure why or what it does or who put it there, but Kisma had a voucher to go and retrieve it, and you have done so. And so now you have it.
We have it right now, right?
We have the cloud staff. We are on Bessie, right? We're just off Lioness.
Yes, you had set out with Vethanai and her group of young scallywags and had headed out offshore from London. And
Londinium.
yes, you had been supplied with breathers so that you might approach closer to the magical island of Linus that appears to have sprouted up from the sea and has been locked down by the Wakened. And yeah, it appears as though the Dirats really want to find out what's going on out there. And you're going to go head out and hopefully discover some things, who knows, and be back by tea time.
Dates for tea time. Yep.
All right.
Speaking of which, what time do we have tea time? I believe it was 2 or something like that. Or I remember something about 2 o'clock. Whether we have to meet up.
That's around the time it was now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think we have to meet up with Beth at 2.
Tea time is around 4:30.
Okay.
So we basically have like 2.5 hours to get into one of the most secure locations on the planet and steal something, maybe? I don't know. And then get
I
out.
don't know what our plan is after this.
Woo!
Alright, cool.
I mean, we can make it a heist if you want to make it a heist.
Okay, so we're in the water.
Yep, we catch up with just as the action shot is you all dropping down through the water. It's fairly deep, so you might not want to pull a Pirates of the Caribbean shot, although that would be admittedly very cool.
But pressures.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm an orc.
You are an orc.
I'm just going to swim normally.
Okay.
Do you do the orky paddle?
I'm going to go more for like an underwater, just a regular underwater swim because I don't want to be above the surface, but I also don't want to look like an idiot.
Are you trying to speak with him right now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you do have the neural interface.
True.
I don't.
Out of curiosity, we've learned how to swim at the lodge, right? It just occurred to me.
There are chambers that have water at the lodge.
Okay.
I'm gonna say unless you fail a rather easy. I don't think there's an actual swim.
I believe it's in athletics.
Yeah, I thought
So
it was
yeah,
under
just
athletics.
athletics.
Are we talking about in Shadowrun?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
Is that going to be body or agility? Sorry, agility or strength?
I'd allow for either.
Ability or strength?
Yep.
I'm gonna strength though. I'm gonna power through this.
Well, I shall use the agility.
So roll your tests.
Are we rolling athletics then?
Yes.
Okay.
We're rolling athletics.
I got 3 hits on my test.
That is far more than enough. That is 300% of what you needed.
Oh yeah.
So you get there 3 times faster than the normal person.
Oh.
Well.
Actually, no.
Blue dice.
Blue dice. Don't worry, pink dice. I believe in you.
So it's 5s and 6s?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
3 hits.
You're fine.
Pardon me.
Even Kizma is fine, even with her unfamiliarity. For real.
And you have 3, because your
I have
1s and
3.
2s are... Which
So
is
I didn't
half,
get a
which is half of
critical.
It needs to exceed half.
Okay.
So I got a glitch, but not a critical glitch.
All right.
Wait, keep it on it.
Actually, I think even just for a glitch, your 1s and 2s need to exceed
I'm pretty sure.
half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just failed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, gangly slender man is just flailing about in the water, unable to find much purchase.
Since we got so many successes,
Yeah, you guys
can
are
we
able
help?
to latch on and just drag.
It's gonna grab onto your wrist and just start swimming.
The sea is fairly dark and choppy at this point, but you're able to keep a fair amount of line of sight and keep each other in view as you begin to push onward toward the island.
Cool. We're gonna let Beth, or one of the dire rats, lead the way since they don't know where they're going.
Okay. As they are drawing closer to the bulbous, dark landmass before you, you kind of see it as it's, this big, hulking, dark mass up around the surface of the water. But as you're drawing close, you're definitely noting as you're looking underneath, there's nothing underneath.
Well, there's nothing under the sea.
Well, there's nothing under the lion. The lions.
Oh. So, like,
If
does
we
it
dive down and look, you can see sea underneath.
There is continued channel waters.
So it's basically just like if somebody took an iceberg and just chopped it off at the top, and there's nothing under
Yeah, kind of
below
like
the waterline. Okay.
Only it's a ginormous piece of land.
So, as the water rises and falls with the waves against the side of the island, does the land appear as the water goes down and then disappear as the water goes up?
The island itself is stationary, so there is no earth basically.
Right, there's
holding it
no
up.
earth supporting it from beneath, but like, is it the fact that it's just a chunk of dirt floating in the water, or is it actually like partially phasing out of this reality?
Oh, that's a good question.
What am I going to have you roll for that?
Well, if you want.
Well, I just want to look and see, like, so there's the surface of the land,
Mhm.
and the water's rolling up and making contact with it.
Right.
So anything that's above the water level there's visible land. Anything below the water level, is there land under there for at least a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not like everything below the water is gone.
Yeah, it's not like the surface of the water constitutes a barrier between dimensions.
No, that would shift it far too much because as the water rises and falls, it would
change the mass.
Yeah.
So, okay, I wasn't sure if it was like because it's an extra, kind of like an extra dimensional island, and I wonder if it is anchored extra dimensionally in another dimension. It was only poking through into ours.
No, because we're gonna get like dangerous, PS2 glitch physics. So no.
We're just gonna be stuck inside the island, and we can't get out of the polygons.
I remember what was it? I think it was Lego Island 2
with
that
the
I was playing way back in the day, and there was just this one level that just kept on glitching, and I was just stuck in the ground and just couldn't get anywhere. And it was like in one of the castle levels. Anyway, I digress.
I remember that, yeah.
So,
well, pizza delivery boy.
Yeah. Beth and I, as well as with her Diots, is actually swimming down underneath and appears to be making their approach that.
I will follow them, dragging Slender Band with me.
All right.
Stop flailing! No, stop flailing!
My bubbles.
Bubbles!
All right. Eventually, she does lead you to like this air pocket cavern area that appears to have been carved. Part of it does appear to have been actually cut in, but it's like an opening has been carved into an already existing cavern from underneath. But
Okay.
And we're all surfacing onto like a ledge in here.
Yep, and she's pulling out like a glow rod kind of thing, tossing it nearby, and it lights up the immediate vicinity. It's a reasonably spacious cavern, but like smaller pockets appear to branch off. And if any of you have any degree of claustrophobia, that's when this is hitting. Because you're looking about,
you're looking at me.
You're the one with all
I'm
the
good to go.
issues.
I also have low light vision. Does that help me see anything else?
You're able to see like partway down any of the branches that peel off. Actually, you go ahead and roll.
I have low light vision as well.
All right. Okay then. Everybody. Everybody can. It is perception in this game, right?
There is a perception.
Yes. I forget what it links to though.
Either intuition or logic.
Yeah, I think intuition is the basic.
Yeah, intuition is going to be the one for this one.
Also, Seth, I make a point of, since I took them out originally, I put back in my contacts.
Okay.
Because I took them out because of the water and all that.
I got 2 hits.
Okay.
So perception?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, that's close to a glitch.
Twos don't count for me, thankfully, but yeah.
You do count for me, King.
2 hits.
2 hits. All right.
Come on, pink dice, I believe in you. No, that's 2.
Okay, we're fine. So, all of you are seeing pretty much the same thing as you're looking off the smaller pathways that are leading off and appear to wind and grow rather constricted, and you're not entirely sure if you'll be able to fit down these, but Bethany is a troll and is here.
So do I see any evidence of, like, mining or carving? Like, is this all natural?
Well, that was what you guys are seeing from your perception check as you're looking about. It appears as though this is some kind of subterranean. Okay. Well,
from what I'm understanding, it's like part of a cave, but since the bottom of the land is not there, it's just kind of a pocket space that we kind of popped up into.
And okay. So I'll say as you're looking around, you're at least able to gauge that it looks like, just by the way the side pathways are branching out, it almost feels like this was somehow the epicenter of the formation of this island.
So like ground zero?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had to label what the epicenter of an island not formed by volcanic activity would look like, and
it's a cave.
Right.
So is this kind of the center of the island?
You think so, given that you've come underneath, but given your knowledge of various realms and magics, the fact that this island was created by magic and that the center is an absence of matter, that probably ties into why it doesn't exist properly in one single space.
And just to clarify, because it's a new world, magical island, we're in a tunnel. There's air in this tunnel, right?
Yeah, man.
Alright. Just making sure.
Ask Lakami about that one.
Right.
Speaking of asking people about things, as I'm wringing out my cloak and jacket and shaking everything and making sure that all my firearms have been desalinated. That's a word now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask Vethanai. So,
keep your voice down.
How did you know this was here?
Well, there were some readings we were able to take before Waken fully descended on this place. Enough to inform us that it looks as though... Well, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this chamber, but this appears to be a negative space within it. And if I had to guess, if the island proper is here now, the part where we're standing that filled this part of the island before is elsewhere.
My brain hurts.
David understands, but he also can't find a good metaphor to describe it.
I think I understand as well.
Well,
It's like someone dropped a seed in soil in one reality, and the tree grew in another.
Oh, that's deep. In the ground.
Soil is kind of deep, just saying.
It's true. Oh,
Well, not this soil.
by the way, you two, don't drink the salted water. It's pretty nasty.
I mean, shouldn't that go without saying?
When's the last time you were in the ocean?
I mean, it tastes gross. I wouldn't
Nearby,
drink it anyways.
Kizma's just trying to scrape her tongue. Yeah.
Actually, I got a question for Mr. GM. Considering that we are in the epicenter of the growth of this magical island, could I, in theory, use my druidic senses from my primal cunning magic from the original Memphis Quincy McDonald to maybe figure out exactly how this island grew, or figure out as much as I can about the said island?
You may.
All right.
So this is on your Genesis?
My Genesis
sheet. All right. Let's then call this...
I was thinking it might be the primal cunning magic, because it is a magical, Tahiti is a magical place. But...
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
Let's call it average.
Average? Okay.
Crossing streams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, boys! That's 2 success and a triumph.
Okay.
I want its name. I want its family. I want its social security.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah. So you just straight up know that there is a world, a reality that exists where, every scrap of Arthurian legend manages to be true at once and overlaps, and it's rich in magics. And this island was crafted by druidic magic, and was meant to be a sort of bridge between realities, and kind of like Veth and I was saying, it was seated in one world to kind of exist, not just in another single reality, but kind of pop up.
So basically, it was thrown out, like it was seated in one world to essentially ride the waves of the cosmos, essentially.
Kind of like that.
Now, just to clarify, since I've forgotten, is this realm also the same realm that the Cloud Strife came from? The Forgotten Realms?
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Forgotten Realms is
That's fine.
Pathfinder, right?
I know Memphis
Oh,
didn't know
it's
this.
D&D, right,
so.
right.
Yeah.
D&D. So it's beyond D&D.
Right. So what else would you know? This. Okay, Triumph. Even the original intent of this was to create a sort of gateway that conceivably was intended to be used at will to kind of cross over into different realities, with the idea that it would allow the man who would be king to realize his destiny wherever the British Isles existed.
Okay.
So
basically the sun would never set on the British Empire.
right, a way for King Arthur to rule all the Britons.
Okay. Now to clarify, since I went to school and led learnings, would I know, and also I don't know how much I can gather from the Triumph, is this like happen along the same time that the Lodge became into existence, or however the Lodge came into existence, or was this like a precursor to the Lodge, or...
Nobody really knows when the Lodge came into existence because its existence seems to predate written history from any realm.
Okay. Gotcha. Wow. Information dump.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome, Triumph.
Lord.
So, since I was in the room where it happened, with the... Wow, I'm just full of references today. With the cloud...
You've been saving them up.
Oh, yeah. Cloud Staff. Cloud Staff. Knowing that it came from somewhere else, since I forget if I was the one that figured out if it came from the Forgotten Realms. I don't think I was. Does it sound like whenever... where I was going with this. Off the island, because if I remember correctly, did it come from the island originally, the staff, or they found it somewhere in old Shadowrun worldy area?
The staff was entrusted to the bank.
Gotcha.
By,
some 800 years ago.
Yeah, we are wondering if a certain set of people has anything to do with it.
Cool. Alright, cool. Alright. Sadly, well, I'll wait for once we get going and kind of the diarats to go off a little bit, so that way I can act. Well, no, I can do this. I can do this just fine because I got the what is it called? Sub vocal microphone, so I can do it without actually talking. So I'll relay that information to my cohorts without Veth knowing. So that way it's not like, hey. Speaking of this island, geological formation. Blah, blah, blah.
With this knowledge, you're kind of looking around the chamber in a new light, and it's like, oh, you can kind of see now where like it's like the arms of a spindle galaxy almost, where it's just like like the very druidic layout.
So you're saying someone organically made this spindly floating island that can go through the stars in space. Like,
yep.
Oh, we're crossing so many streams now. It's like the Vong.
So wait, it's like a dirt spaceship?
Dirt spaceship.
A grown dirt spaceship.
Right, yeah.
But
Organically
or-
farmed.
it doesn't technically go
Wait,
anywhere. Is the thing.
A grown dirt dimension ship.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Special.
But yeah, that Beth and I appears to have said everything she seems to know about it, and is just making herself a little drier, and is getting everyone ready to move out.
So, Beth, what's the next stage of the plan?
Oh, we follow one of these arms until it leads us somewhere important.
Cool. And what's security like on this island?
Well, we've not had a whole lot of opportunity to do a lot of scouting from the inside.
First time for everything. All right.
Let's do this.
That's what we brought in specialists for, yes?
Yes. That's why you have us. Internally, I'm like, oh, fudge. But we are experienced agents, so whatever that means.
We're the most experienced
Right.
agents, you guys. It's true.
Don't worry, it'll be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
So, Beth and I actually splits her party into 3 groups and starts sending them off the different branches. Yes.
Doesn't she know you're never supposed to do that?
Keep the cleric in the back.
Split the party.
Because of my triumph and all that, would I know which spindly galaxy arm twirly thingy tunnel would be the best one to go down?
They each lead to
Or
basically the exterior.
okay, so it's more like this is just the epicenter, and then so it kind of crawls out like a spider web almost.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll ask Vet though, do you want one of us to go with each of them? Are we going to stay together?
Or you'll be staying together, and I'll be coming with you.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing we're going down that one, and I point down towards one that the other 3 groups and they go down.
Why?
Well, just an educated guess. Unless you want us to follow one of your fellow compatriots groups down the tunnel.
For full reference, there are about a dozen.
Oh, alright. I just randomly picked one.
I say about a dozen because there are 13. Because
Symbolism.
yes, Baker's dozen.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you don't want to go down that one, what about that one? Or that one? Or that one? Which one do you want to go down?
I'll let you decide.
Certainly. I internally go wish that Jeremy the Cricket was here. And then,
Do you just happen to have a chance cube?
let me check.
Well, you guys do.
I do not have a chance cube or anything like a thing like that. But with my triumph and all that, could I make an educated guess of which one, or does it really matter?
They're basically. Sure, you gotta
How
try.
about this?
Basically,
Okay.
the different arms of this are supposed to lead to different points on the island exterior that are strong in different types of magics.
Okay.
So,
what school of magic can I go for?
uh,
Wheel of School.
that one I'm not going to give you because
Okay.
that would require actual, geography to
And
try
if
to
it's actually-
position yourself
okay.
properly
No worries.
in your actual current situation. And
Could I tell which tunnel was lucky number 13?
well, also at this point, you're not.
Magically.
You don't have any idea what infrastructure has been introduced to
Sure.
the surface of this island. So,
Alright.
so you're not entirely sure on that front. But which spindle is number 13? Technically, all of them, because there's no origin point.
I'm going to wander around to the entryway to each of the remaining 10 tunnels and smell. I'm going to pull on Gandalf.
Okay.
But
When in doubt.
this place.
When in doubt, follow your snout.
Okay then.
Is that a perception check
I
again?
suppose perception. Yes.
I'm going to do an assist, and so I shall roll the dice and see if I get any hits. And then
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
You
take
do
an
that.
assist on that one.
Yeah.
You'll just start walking around awkwardly.
Which is probably really creepy for me because I'm a big Slenderman. Yeah.
Yep.
Walking around.
For
Alright.
you, it's.
I think it's over here.
Oh no, not that one.
Let's see. Perception is that.
Intuition.
Yeah, Sahin, your friends just start awkwardly inhaling the air around you.
Why?
You get 2 extra die. Here you go.
We're smelling for the one that smells the best.
Is that a thing?
Well, I think I read it in a book actually.
Can I help?
I got-
Can I do my own?
You can assist with the smelling. I got 2 hits already.
2 already!
I want 17.
Perception. So I think I'm.
Sure, it's perception. Why
I
not?
thought that's what you said it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just like, I still have no idea how this is going to be relevant. But we'll find out together.
I'm trying to Gandalf it up and find
It's
the one
more
that's...
of a like. Fine. Okay. Whatever.
I mean, if you want, that I can do a logic thing to try to figure this out, or
Well, first let's deal with the noses.
Ooh, you got me 2 more hits.
Okay.
So a total of 4 hits on this test.
I guess.
what's
Okay.
my final number?
Game Master.
So, okay. You guys slowly start walking around the chamber.
Smell, elf no smell.
And like as you're getting to one of them, just no. Walk on to the next one.
Oh boy.
No.
I feel like we're opening wine where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
Swirl.
It's an interesting bouquet.
Swirl the dirt a little bit. No.
Ooh, nutty. But finally, you come to one that just feels, in the island of Lioness now that appears to be industrialized and taken over by technology. This one smells the earthiest.
The air doesn't smell so foul down here.
Beth and I's just looking to you, sorry, is this some part of your methodology?
Of course. I turned around and walked down the tunnel.
Okay, it very quickly becomes rather cramped and constricted, but you are able to shimmy. You are decidedly squeezed.
The compressed orc.
Yeah.
Look at you, Slender Man. We're just gonna tie a rope around his ankles and just drag him through.
Do you have Prince Orc in a can?
You do. You do.
So yeah, Hideyoshi takes off.
Yep. Well, we are the specialists after all, so here we go. And then I'll go ahead and follow Hideyoshi.
All right, Sahin, you going in?
Yeah.
You just hear it from behind. Kizma just turns to Beth and I. So, I'm new at this. I can't speak to what just happened. And she just follows you, Sahin, inside and taps you on the shoulder. Did that accomplish anything, or were we putting on some sort of show?
This one smells the earthiest, meaning away from industrialization.
Right.
No idea what we're doing.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Hideyoshi and, Memphis are like, man, this is the right choice. We got this. Nailed it. Right.
I'm really confident about our decision.
Yeah, first try. We got this down.
And you guys are hearing Beth and I has fallen in behind and is also a bit constricted.
I have missed both of your guys' Batman voices.
Technically, if we never try again, this is definitely the first try, and we succeeded.
Right. We got this.
Scrunch, 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 scrunch,
Although I
scrunch.
will admit, if we're trying to figure out what they're doing on the island, we probably should have gotten down one of the ones that actually smell industrial. But we'll just keep this between us two. We don't...
Well, we want to have a good position, right? If we pop up an industrial area, there are going to be cameras and guards and stuff. This is going to be the best cover from which to observe.
We won't tell Reggie.
Right. Reggie
As-
doesn't need to know.
Right.
A few
I
minutes
look back
in.
at Sahin and just kind of keep looking.
Yeah, you guys have been walking for a few minutes, and you're still having this hushed back and forth about, well, we don't have to tell Reggie. And rather abruptly,
There's Reggie.
rather abruptly, Hideyoshi, your head just pops up into night air.
I'm gonna look around as best as I can to see what's the local terrain like, and are there any people or robotic implements watching me?
There is rather, grass-tufted, rich, rocky terrain sloping down over towards the shoreline. And you can see rather abruptly, probably a few hundred yards off to your left, the terrain shifts and is more fine, coarse, fine golden sand that's just kind of sloped. Beyond that, it seems to transition to something else. You look the other way, and again, it's like the points on a clock. The island appears to shift topography.
Interesting.
But over towards the shoreline, there is the barbed, tall, thick walls that have been put in place along the exterior of the island, and there appear to be, at each interval where the topography changes, some sort of guard tower emplacement, kind of a few dozen paces or so away from the wall.
Okay. Are we clearly visible to these guard towers, or...?
If you emerge fully, which as you look down, you just, there's this shimmering illusion where your neck is, that is leading down into the tunnel.
I'm going to sink down so it's just my eyes above. And just try and take a look around as unobtrusively as possible. I want to look like a rock.
All right. Memphis, you bump into the back of this rock from still within the tunnel, so he doesn't look like a rock. But from overhead, sure, you feel like you look like a rock.
Yeah. But if there were guards, and are there guards in the towers?
Make a perception check.
And I can't see this, but from what he sees, are we outside of whatever perimeter of their interest?
No, you are within the perimeter.
Okay.
That is one hit, and it is not a glitch.
Okay. You hear distant chatter in a language you're not entirely sure is too muffled. You can't quite make it out. So there probably are personnel in the vicinity, but nothing you can immediately make out. And it is rather dark and overcast at this point overhead, and there are even occasional tendrils of cloud-to-cloud lightning, and it is rather dim and dreary outside. It is hard to get a good view of anything.
Okay. Is there copse or forest or tree cover or brush or some sort of thing within a short distance that you can hide in? There
is occasional cover, probably, intervals of give or take 30 paces. There's, some sort of cover, be it like a rocky outcropping or brush or some kind of thing where maybe somebody your size could hide, but
not all of us.
Yeah, it's not like there's dense foliage that you can just kind of squiggle through.
The weather, does it look like it is centered upon or originating from this island?
Okay, let's see. What is applicable skill for this thing? Outdoors. Let's call this an outdoors check.
Okay. I have ranks in outdoors, but I am not good at it. I got 2 success.
2 what?
2 hits.
There you go.
Sorry. Sorry, dear listener.
It's like the entirety of the sky is overcast and dark and stormy, and it might just be in your head, but it kind of feels like its epicenter is overhead.
Okay. Is there space in the tunnel for people to squeeze by each other?
Not with you in the front.
Right. Okay. Because it's Veth and I that I wanted to get up here. Okay. I'm going to take my head back entirely inside the illusion that's apparently covering it.
Yep.
From below, if I look up, knowing where the illusion is, can I tell that there's an illusion there?
Not without it being actively disrupted.
Finger up?
Yeah, it begins to shimmer as like your finger pokes.
But it
through
looks like just like top of a cavern?
Yeah, it just looks like kind of earthy cavern.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to scoot down enough so I have a little bit of clearance and then describe the situation to my compatriots.
Okay.
And ask Veth and I if there's somewhere in particular she'd like to scout.
Well, ideally we'd like to be able to make our way back towards the center above the original cavern. And this seems to be the quickest and easiest way to go about it. And also quietest, for if we were to get any sort of drilling equipment, if we were able to do that underneath and drill our way up through, that might be noticed.
Maybe, yeah.
But that's directly overhead of the original cavern is where they appear to have built their largest structure and appears to be housing something important.
Was I able to see any of that structure from my position?
Yeah, back up towards the center of the island. It looks like you were just seeing like the top of some sort of metal stone structure.
Okay. Is this island busy? Like, are there people and vehicles and whatnot all over the place, or does it look mostly pretty quiet?
Yeah, it's like when you were checking for guards before. There's you can hear sounds of activity, but it's not like there's constant jeeps running back and forth and people shouting at each other and a whole lot of stuff happening. It appears to be confined to possibly the guard towers and whatever they have back towards the center of the island.
Okay. So, based upon my understanding of the situation, if we were to all come out of the tunnel and then one by one hop between these places where there's a potential for being a little bit more hidden, I would feel like there's an okay chance that we would be able to get a little distance before someone had a chance of seeing us. Or whatever. How you know what I mean?
Yeah, it isn't like a constant patrol kind of thing. It looks as though they're probably pretty secure in this perimeter that they've set up.
Okay.
There is, danger of being seen within, but they probably are more focused without in keeping people out.
So I'm thinking we just, one by one, head towards the middle.
From cover to cover?
Yep.
Okay. We can give that a try.
Alright,
Who's going first?
Can you scoot past me?
I mean, I can give it a go.
Can I scoot past him?
You can try.
I'm just gonna go first. So I'm gonna pop out and then kind of keeping low and not like a sprint but like a trot. Keep an eye out and head for the nearest piece of sizable cover in the direction of the center of the island.
All right. Stealth, sir.
Stealth check.
And since we are sneaking, that would be because I just took a specialization in sneaking.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And that's a extra 2 dice?
I believe so.
Yeah, specializations are 2 more.
2 more? Okay.
Well, that is 2 hits. Per usual, I roll garbage.
I'm rolling, I think, 15 dice.
Show off.
Just wait till I try and hit someone with a pointy bit of metal. Then you'll see.
There's many dice.
I mean, I already did see, and you killed man, so...
Yeah, 15.
I don't want to talk about that.
I do like how many dice I get to roll in this system.
And you have luck, unlike me.
Oh, there's another hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
Okay.
So, man, where did Reggie go?
I forgot.
Yeah, you guys look around and it's like, did we leave Sahin back on the boat? What happened?
Yzma, did you your sister behind, or?
No, she went
She was
she
here.
went out.
Oh, okay. She was behind me, so I never knew. But-
She just went right past you.
Oh, okay.
If every single one of my perception die rolled a hit, I would be able to see you. And not otherwise.
So stuff is agility, so that's fine.
That was 6 hits, I said?
Mm-hmm. I roll 6 dice for perception checks.
Well, no, that's good. That's 2 hits.
Good catch.
So, Memphis, as you're looking around, first Saheen vanishes, and then as you're like, okay, and like carefully peering out, it's like, wait, where'd Veth and I go? just gone. And
What about Kizma?
as you're making your way out, Memphis, and scrambling up to the nearest cover, you just hear from behind, oof.
Oh.
And yeah, Kizma's just
Can I
biffed it.
really quick run back and try to help her out before somebody sees us, or?
Okay. As you
I don't know what I have to roll.
scramble on back, suppose make an athletics test.
Okay.
To try to haul her along.
Would I see this at all?
I'm gonna use one of my edge.
It was not a critical glitch, but yeah, anybody in the vicinity is able to just hear her just hit the deck.
That is 1 success.
One what?
1 hit.
There you go. One hit. Memphis, you scramble back and are trying to haul her up, and you kind of get tangled up in all of the your limbs together, and she's trying to hit you away. It's like, no, just go. And yeah, it's a mess.
Can I help untangle them?
Sure, go.
What do I roll then?
And we roll athletics.
Yeah, then I'll say athletics again, just to try to sort out the situation.
I'm going to patiently wait where I am at the front of the group for the rest of my party to sort themselves out.
Wait
4.
the stealth.
4 hits.
Okay. Yeah. Suddenly, Saheen is there and is just pulling you apart from each other, and it's just smacking you away so you can run on.
But still silent.
Yeah. And Kizma is dragged to her feet. And is like, I'm still not used to this body. And
I just hold my finger to her lips and give her a look.
just, if looks could kill, just the eyes looking back at you are just,
Yeah, but if looks could kill.
So there's just this clash of daggers in the air.
Yep.
But
Stay away, man.
okay.
Stay away.
The sisters
And
managed
then I
to
stealth off.
scramble on.
Do we have to re-roll our stealth, or?
I'll say no. But, okay. From there on, Kizma manages to, not gracefully, but, getting the job done, manages to push on from cover to cover. As you are pushing back up the slope towards the top of the island, as you're looking across the various shifts in topography are feeling closer and closer as the wedge that you are traveling is getting...
So it's like a
pizza.
Yeah, like a pizza wheel where each slice is a different terrain.
Or, like a druid wheel.
Are these triangular or are they swirly?
There is swirl to them.
Okay, a bit of swirl.
Yeah.
Now, from my roll earlier, and also because Mimami was a fey creature, and I'm kind of part druid a little bit, am I able to kind of glean what the significance of each little landscape typography difference means, or
Are you attuned to any sorts of specific magic?
Not in this bodily form, no. But if you're talking about OG Memphis,
Sure, OG Memphis too.
he's got ranks in the cunning, which is more of the kind of druidic primal magic, the old magic.
Yeah. Do you feel like this island is? There's definitely the strong presence of magic. You don't know if it would feel any different on the different sections.
Oh yeah. but there's no significance as far as different sections or whatever. It's just the way it was formed. Okay.
Maybe.
Again, we're in the desert-y kind of thing, or
where you were was more lush green rocks.
Okay.
Kind
Gotcha.
of.
I just remember you mentioned something about desert-y. So
Yes, there were desserts. And
it will give them just the desserts.
to your left is gelato. To your anyway.
Ooh.
But no, the slightly different changes in the landscape.
Okay.
Kind of at the different points of the wheel.
And since this place moves through time, is this like the Wheel of Time, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
not that Wheel of Time. Anyway.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Anyway, we're making our way towards the central building.
Yep.
Making our way downtown.
Yes. As you are drawing closer, it looks as though even the central structure that has been constructed, presumably by the Wakened, is also circular, and it appears to be built so that it is at the center and intersects around each of the different points of terrain.
Are they still using Comic Sans as a font?
Or papyrus. I forget what we talked
It was
about.
Comic Sans, I think. But
I thought we also
It was Comic
discussed a potential combo of both fonts.
Yeah.
they are evil. I'm trying to think. What would they? I guess labels on.
There might not be any labels at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if their Central Fortress would have a big sign out that says Wakened Central Fortress. Or if it would just...
Top secret, don't enter.
No girls allowed. Get rid of slimy girls.
Yeah.
Common hot.
Gross.
Yeah.
I know.
But no, you're pushing on, and now it is feeling Hideyoshi like presumably you're still at the head of the group.
Yep.
As you're making your way towards the center of the island, it is feeling definitely now like there's a fair amount more activity. There's small outlying structures that appear to be more modular in nature, or have the kind of thing where it's like containment tarps kind of thrown over things.
Okay.
And
mods installed. Okay.
Yeah.
When
Skyrim with mods.
when I find a spot that is, close enough to view things but not too close, I want to take a closer look at the people wandering around. Do they have uniforms? Are they all a specific race, or any sort of unifying thing about them?
Make a perception check. Test. Sorry.
Come on, Game Master.
Kind of spread out. I'm guessing that.
I mean, if you're wanting to branch out, you can attempt to do so.
Only one hit.
Okay. They're all wearing the same color, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
But you're not getting close enough to get a
All right.
more detailed look. I presume you're not getting too close.
No, I'm not gonna-
Okay.
You have a comlink, don't you?
I do have a comlink.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to send a text message to my friends and tell them. I'm specifically sending a text message to Saheen and asking her if she wants to sneak a little bit closer and figure out what she can see.
I will give you with your one hit that gauging, how many people are going back and forth. There's probably at least 100 people here.
Okay. 100 people on the island or in this vicinity?
In the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to sneak a little closer.
Okay.
And
Because it does get close.
do I need to roll again? I
Yes.
would guess.
I hope you have enough dice.
Send in the sneaky elf.
So this time it was only 5 hits.
Oh. Everyone sees you. No. No, as you're...
The whole brush thing was...
Yeah. Hideyoshi has texted you and motions you up, and you just...
Poof, gone, appear over by the guards, and appear
Yeah.
come back.
Just like Divinity, you just become a bush that's just like...
Yeah.
You see me disappear for a moment, and then I reappear in the same spot, and you're like, did you go?
You want me to see me spy on the bad guys? You want to see me do it again? Yeah, but you managed to sneak up closer towards the building. Yeah, since you're able to get close enough, you're able to grasp it. Yeah, it looks as though these are uniformed individuals, varying different
I would like to draw. Sorry. Sorry, I was channeling Jester.
Men, women, any sorts of races native to this world, and they all appear to be going about their different tasks. Some appear to have different marks on the lapel that indicate whether they are working on anything tech or science related, or even magic.
Red for engineering, yellow for
Well, it depends upon which era you're in.
Oh,
They switched it at one point.
okay.
Because action figures.
Reals?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
I mean, why is Picard wearing a red shirt when red shirts were historically the people who just get killed off? Anyway.
Well, it wasn't red, it was maroon or like a burgundy or whatever.
Okay.
That was off topic. Alright, sorry. Just go watch it yourself, dear listener.
But as you've gotten close enough, you do note, Sahim, that each of these outline structures, they appear to line up with the different points on the wheel.
Okay, so there's a tower for every section?
A tower for every section, but also like these smaller structures that people are coming in and out of. They appear to be working on something. You're not sure what. There's one of those for each section as well.
Okay.
But then in the center is the rounded structure that you're not sure if it's modular, but it looks as this was just brought in hastily built, and probably just brought in with cranes and segments and just plopped into place.
Okay.
That
so everyone's wearing a uniform essentially?
Yeah. And the central structure is about 50 meters across.
Okay.
Do I see any place where we could pick up some uniforms?
So dry cleaning.
So dry cleaning.
There does not appear to be a dry cleaning station out here. Make a perception test.
And use your karate chop action.
I'll just go put Sahim in the middle of the back.
How are you doing that? Sorry guys, but dinner's cancelled. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I've seen the movie a few times.
It's a good movie.
It's an excellent movie.
Oh!
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia, that is a spicy roll.
5 hits.
All right. Just like this older woman in an apron comes out one of the doors of the central structure and just calls out, "Dirty uniforms! Bring your dirty uniforms!"
Perfect.
My vision zooms and enhances on that one spot.
It's like the whole thing where it's like, it's like the focus of your quest where it's like the camera zooms, it slows down. And
then there's this halo.
Yeah. It's the part in the Hitman level where you're just like, oh, that's how I do it.
Have a little quest marker above them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people are bringing their folded dirty uniforms to this woman. She's got like a push cart to
okay. I would like to stay where I'm at and watch where she goes back to.
All right, she's like making a slow circuit of the central building, just picking up uniforms as she goes. This is the bring out your dead, but for uniforms. Like just toss it in there.
You saw her come out of a door, right?
Yeah, she come out of. Okay, so if we're going to have to deal with points on a clock, if we can deal with a 13 o'clock, she would have come out 4 o'clock.
What happened to 3 o'clock?
So we were coming in towards the 4 o'clock side?
You were coming in about 6 o'clock.
Okay, so I see her on the 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 hours to get there.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Tea time!
Right.
I'm thinking you quick pop over there and snag some uniforms while she's not there.
Okay, so if I see her just taking her slow, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna sneak in.
She's with the cart. Are you trying to distract
Wait,
her or
no,
just head
where
inside?
she came from.
You're trying to head inside?
Yeah, I would think that's where
Okay.
I'd find uniforms, and if she's not there,
Okay.
right?
That's what I was thinking.
She's gathering the dirty uniform. She hasn't done anything yet.
So
But
to
there
clarify,
might
the
be-
door has closed. You don't know if you can get through it.
Oh.
You have your key card thing, Malada. You had to.
I'll give you with your perception check. You saw that she has like an ID card, and
Okay.
everybody with the uniforms appears to as well.
Windows? Or
there are
Linux.
windows, but they're...
Are there 95 of them? Or?
Oh no!
There are 13 of them, sure.
Oh.
It's Windows 13, and, given the Microsoft naming convention, that'll probably be, the operating system 8 operating systems from now, because we're at 10, and then it'll be Windows 20.
I mean, heck, if we went from 360 to Xbox One,
Right.
Anything's possible.
Yep. But no, there are windows, but they appear to be locked down and are on at least what you can gauge to be second level.
Okay. I do have...
Do second story work.
Either that or we mug the old lady.
I mean, we already hit an old man.
That was your fault, and it was an accident.
I do have a maglock passkey.
You
A
do?
rating of 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see how quickly you can break it.
How do I use that again?
You have to go up to it and then you play the hacking mini game.
Yep.
Gotta arrange the pipes.
Align the wires.
Align the pipes.
Yeah.
Alright, Game Master.
Meanwhile, the Tetris thing is playing all
So-
on.
So wait, what is it called? If it's the one I'm thinking of.
It's the maglock passkey.
Consult the book of omits. The maglock. Passkey.
Oh.
This maglock skeleton key can be inserted into any key reader's maglock, collectively fooling it into believing that it's a legitimate passkey has been swiped. See maglocks on the different page. Which say their electric locks, blah, 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 blah. For more information about maglocks and their options, see maglocks on this other page. Oh, okay.
Maglocks are the most popular locking device in the sixth world. They are frequently attached to a system that logs each opening and closing of the door. They can be designed to open with a wide variety of inputs: keycard, biometrics, sequence of numbers, proximity, whatever. The procedure is different for the number of types of lock. They also are the same first step. Do the thing. Open the case that protects the internal mechanism, which is requiring an engineering plus agility.
There you go.
The lock rating times 2.
Okay.
It is
and if I have a rate, what does the rating of my thing mean?
I think that gives you additional dice.
That'll be for the next step, whether it is a keypad or card reader or whatever.
Yeah.
So once you pop it open, you can see. Well, I think it's safe to assume that it's a key card.
Yeah, they are carrying cards.
So you have to do an extended test, engineering plus agility to pop the thing off.
Engineering, which if I don't have engineering,
You get a
I'm
0.
just rolling agility.
And then that's going to take 1 combat round per check until you succeeded.
Okay. I don't know that that's gonna work.
You do know that although she is not stealthy, this might be where Kizma would be able to help out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, sister bonding time.
It's just a matter of getting her there.
Okay,
quietly.
so looking at where that door is it kind of in a place where we can sequester ourselves out of sight, or is it
You'd
full
be
view of
right
everything?
outside the door if somebody decides to exit one of these smaller outline structures, or even just comes around the central building. They're probably going to see you.
I calm the team and Beth and I.
Okay.
So, everyone's wearing a uniform. There's this lady picking up old, dirty uniforms that's coming back around, but the door is in full sight, and I don't think I'm stealthy enough to make that happen. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, you can wait until she gets back and then just follow her right on in.
But we have no idea how many people are in that
Sure.
same area.
How many people do you think do laundry?
It depends on how automated their systems are.
I think they have a lot of automation here.
Okay.
Do you want someone to back you up just in case?
It's probably not a bad idea.
All right.
Beth and I.
Claire!
You're wanting me to back you up, then?
Well, from what I've seen, you are the stealthiest.
What you haven't seen.
Yes.
And I suppose that's rather true. I'm good at getting places unseen, but I'm not good at getting into places, if you catch my meaning.
If I... Quite out of game. If I do a group check with Kizma...
I believe since they're separate tests, technically, she can take what she's good at, and you can take what you're good at, basically.
But I can help her stealth there.
Yeah.
But what if I'm not trying to break in? I'm trying to just follow the lady in.
Then it's just stealth.
Just sneak up behind her and hold the door as she...
Yeah.
Like, slide in. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
And having other people on standby in case something goes south.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be on standby, ready to rush over.
And I think Kizma should be on standby then too, because she'll be able to force open the door.
So I think, while you're sneaking that way, I think the other four of us, I think we want to reposition ourselves from the 6 o'clock area closer to the 4 o'clock area.
Okay.
Still like swinging around the outside so we're not seen very easily.
Okay.
I have a question. What if I took, like, a receipt from one of our bar things and shoved it, like, along the lock-in mechanism on my way in the door?
I'm actually not sure if you get pub receipts in physical form.
I was unsure either. I figured I'd ask.
Well, what are they called? Edge points? Sure, you can spend an edge point to say you got one.
Okay.
Okay.
But actually, before I do that, would it work to block the locking mechanism?
It would probably not, unless it had some sort of magnetic strip in it, actually keep it from latching. Because doors like this probably don't physically latch. It's probably more sealed somehow.
Okay, so that wouldn't fix that at all.
Probably not.
Okay.
Problem solving.
Right, yeah. I mean, I could give you my flashlight and you can wedge it into the door.
Yeah, but that's, like, I was looking for a non-obvious way to wedge open the door. Or keep the door from locking.
I see. Well, I got nothing.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine that there are many people doing laundry. So it seems like that might be a good place to hang out once we sneak in.
Yeah, okay. I will wait for the lady to come back around and time it and sneak in behind her.
Okay.
In the meantime, the rest of us are going to rotate around the inside. Do we need to
All right.
make checks for that?
Yeah, the parameters have changed, so yes.
Okay.
So this is still sneaking, so I'm still getting my +2 bonus on stealth.
Yep.
I got 3 hits on that test.
5 hits.
All right.
Yeah, boys. That's 4.
All right.
Wow.
Everyone, including Kizma, does pretty well.
Sweet.
Just slinking around, trying to get a better position as you all watch. As laundry lady comes around, makes her full circuit. Dirty uniforms!
How big is the cart with the uniforms?
It's like an industrial size.
Does it have
cart.
like a section underneath where I could like slide in and?
Not really.
Okay.
Not underneath. You could just jump into it if you want. Then you just diving into dirty uniforms, which isn't great.
Ew.
If I crouch behind it, well,
She's pushing it from behind.
Oh, she's pushing it from behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sneaking it behind her. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. doing that, and then as soon as I'm in, I'm looking for something to duck behind.
Okay. She comes around and swipes her card, and the door slides open. She pushes the card inside, and you're just timing it as you're jogging it behind, and just Indiana Jones slide in, and as the door is closing behind her,
Reach out, grab your hat.
Right.
Yeah.
Grab your hat.
What you find is a roughly square room. All sorts of industrial laundry machines.
I'm gonna duck behind one of the laundry machines or something, whatever is nearest available by the door.
Okay, you just butt behind and quiet. Like it's easy to be quiet in comparison to the rest of this room, as all the machines just start going, and she's just merrily singing to herself, and tossing clothes in.
I'm peering out, seeing what's going on.
She has a lot of laundry to go through.
Nobody else in the room?
Doesn't appear to be.
No cameras?
Make a perception check. Test! Sorry. I'm hopeless.
At least we can make perception checks and tests.
This is true.
That was so weird.
Oh, 5 rings. I miss some things about 5 rings. I don't miss that.
It was actually kind of fun.
3 hits.
Okay. As you're looking around, it does appear as though at the far corners of the room there is some sort of surveillance device that is positioned to face towards the door. You can't say if it caught sight of you or if you were behind the cart. Or
I tried to time it so I was behind the cart the whole way, but yeah, who knows? Okay.
You feel like you did.
So is it just the one facing towards the door?
The 2 of them at the back corners that are facing toward the door.
Okay.
Do you have a suppressed firearm?
I do, actually.
Wow.
First strike.
I didn't say on the lady. I meant on the cameras.
I have,
I mean, it'll still be first strike,
Yes.
I have a silencer for my pistol.
Yeah, maybe pop up both of the cameras and then sneak up behind the lady and the back of the head.
What do you want to do, Saheen?
Sorry, I'm gonna...
Oh, shoot.
No, it's the I'm not here fairy.
Yes.
Let's see. So I got 2 cameras on the door, and...
You guys come to a legendary island of magic and you're in a laundry room. Okay.
It's a magical place.
We need to be able to move about freely, alright?
This is how they get through different realms. They just go through the laundry mat and through the little laundry washing machine, and they pop out somewhere else.
Yeah.
I've solved the case.
I'm gonna... And it seems like her only job is to do laundry.
It appears to be
Be a nice old lady.
It's just and kind of late middle age, probably close to retirement.
She's going
to retire the next day.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that she's not only the laundry lady, she's also the Muay Thai instructor.
Alright.
The Mai Tai instructor.
Oh boy.
He's just going to have a karate fight with an old lady.
So, can I see if there's any wiring to the security cameras?
Do you have any sort of device or ability that allows you to see embedded wiring, or?
I have contact with ImageLink and SmartLink. I have my helmet.
Magic helmet.
Has I think my helmet has a couple other vision enhanced, flare comp, and thermographic vision.
Does you get the visor?
Thermographic?
I think it's Kizma.
Kizma has the visor?
Has the visor.
Thermographic vision. Thermographic. Where you at?
Yo, where's my thermographic at?
I think thermographic is what you want. I just want to make sure. Thermographic vision. This enhancement enables vision in the infrared spectrum, enabling you to see heat patterns. So it might...
Depends on how much current's running through it, really.
Right.
And what the resistance is. If it's like fiber optic data cables, you probably won't be able to see anything. If it's copper wire, you might.
I'll give it a shot.
What is the one I'm thinking of? I thought there was an enhancement or ability that you
There
could...
probably is.
Could see wiring.
Is it astral something or other, maybe?
Might be.
Oh yeah, I don't have any of.
Or a matrix deal?
Well, you can attempt to use your thermographic vision, see if you pick up anything.
I would
So
like-
just perception.
That is 1 hit.
Yeah, you're not really picking up anything that shows you where the wiring's running.
Okay, so I would like to take 2 shots, 1 at each security camera.
All right. So what weapon are you using?
I have a Ares Predator 6, I think it is.
All righty. So that's
It's a pistol.
yeah. So
I think it's a heavy pistol, or is it a?
If it's the one that I have, it's a heavy.
You have an Ares Predator.
Oh no, I have an Ares Viper Silver Gun and an Ares Light Fire 75. So not the Ares, whatever one you have. This reminds me of, I forget what James Bond it is, video game, but like for the old one, it's like we have to go into this embassy and shoot down the little security cameras so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can see you.
That's Goldeneye.
So that
Yeah.
is GoldenEye? I
think
vaguely remember that one.
Goldeneye is such a good game.
solid.
Well, that's
I mean-
Metal Gear, but anyway.
I mean, yeah, sure. People's faces are made of 3 polygons each, but
Yeah.
It's like a game. Dark Forces is still a good game.
yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Firearms. It doesn't specify if you're using it on organic or living or whatever
Yeah,
targets.
okay, it's a heavy pistol.
Yeah. So firearms.
You may fire when ready.
Okay, so remind me again. I've got semi-automatic and it's burst or blast fire?
Burst fire.
Burst fire.
But you want to do semi-automatic.
Because then I can do 2 at different targets.
Yes, it's almost like if I were you, I would take 1 shot at each camera in like separate rounds.
Right. So you go
Okay.
shoot at one, and then wait
Yeah,
for the
shoot.
next round.
Shoot the one that the lady's looking away from, or most away from. Then shoot the other one, and then sneak attack her.
And don't forget they roll those extra d6s when you sneak attack.
You're a high-level rogue, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's see. I gotta figure out what I'm rolling for firearms, and I have a specialization in pistols, so I get a +2.
Yeah.
And so, 1, 2,
Fire away.
and firearms is agility, so.
Oh, that's not what I was going for. But
That's another song that's...
hit me with your best shot. That's what I was going for.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to sing.
Okay, so what do I have to remember to do with the semi-automatic mode?
I think... Does that detract dice from your roll?
No, semi-auto is just straight.
Okay.
It's when you start firing multiple bullets that it takes stuff away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can keep my whole,
Yeah,
all
you
my
keep it all.
14 dice?
Yep.
Every single one is...
Which is why I said fire 2 completely separate shots. Because if you tried to target multiple things in the same round with
Then
all
it
the
gets
bullets,
complicated.
yeah, it gets complicated. You take penalties.
And you have to go and make
So
things so complicated.
Complicated.
That's all I'm going to sing of that one.
So, do we have to, okay, I'm trying to figure things out.
Songs exist. We sing them all.
We do.
Okay, so
Yes, we
I'm at near
do.
or close range?
Uh,
Does
Which
that
one?
matter? For the edge thing, comparing it, because it's not an
no, this,
actual...
yeah, you're not
Okay.
getting edge out of this.
I figure not, but... That's part of the combat.
cameras can't see you.
Not bad, not bad.
4 hits for
So-
the first one.
So, okay.
So does the camera have to roll its, body ability to see how much damage?
It does not. As you just and like while the laundry machines is going, and she's like, "Oh, where have you been, Billy boy, Billy boy?" As she's dealing with the laundry.
Okay.
You've taken out one camera.
Okay. So 3 hits.
Oh, where have you been, Charlie Billy? The other one.
Okay.
Okay. And they're out, like...
Yep.
Okay. I would like to sneak up behind the old lady.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for that?
No, you're stealth roll from before. She maybe didn't see it, so... Yeah.
Okay, wait, actually, hold on.
It's just the shot of her folding the laundry, happily, and then from behind, just
like,
actually, hold on.
Little enemy eye, those evil.
Out of curiosity, because I don't want to bang her over the head. That feels wrong. But is there any laundry chemical?
That sounds worse. What are you planning to do?
To knock her out,
you want to MacGyver some chloroform?
I guess. I don't know if it's possible.
Let's find
Oh
out.
no!
I don't know if this is a good idea, guys.
Keep in mind, this is the person that didn't go to school, so she has to know.
You could almost. She's an old lady. You're a young lady. I bet you could probably overpower her and then just stick a dirty sock in her mouth.
No, we're MacGyvering some chloroform.
Wait.
Hold on. If the Game Master's into that, we get bonus dice.
No, what would you like to do?
So I would look around, and if I didn't know what I was looking at, I would throw that idea away. So it would be looking around for what I see, and if it was even remotely possible in my unschooled mind.
Well, little did we know, in the future, in Shadow World, they actually use chloroform to go get out, those nasty spills that go show up on uniforms.
I guess the closest would be biotech, and I don't think you have biotech. So
I don't think you can do that on train.
Yeah, that is
Man, I could totally be better.
Oh man.
So then I would go up and...
Well, you can probably... I'll allow for just...
That's right, I believe you can 45 this.
Either logic or intuition.
Logic or intuition? Either or?
Yeah.
They're both 5, so I will just roll 5 dice and see what happens.
Uh-huh.
And this is not going to get me in trouble with anything.
No, you're assessing the different materials.
Wow, not too bad.
3 hits.
Okay. If
I don't need no school.
You take a few minutes and carefully, parse the different materials together. You think you could find some sort of, sedative.
Sedative?
Yeah,
like a sedative if placed over.
An aerosol sedative, I guess.
Okay, I would find a piece of laundry.
Okay.
Put it on there and stick it behind her and. First you get the required ingredients and start getting the different powders and whatnot together, and you put your water breather back over your mouth, right? Just in case. And you carefully.
You are Breaking Bad.
Yeah, one of the
Breaking It Bad.
one of the bring out your colors more vibrantly. Liquids and use
not inhale.
Yeah, use that as a solvent. And
on one side it says, "No, in the state of California, it causes cancer."
Wait a second, we're in London. We might still have that on it.
I mean,
technically,
I've seen those outside of California.
So I'll allow
outside of the states.
Okay.
No.
Well, no. California is its own country now.
Do you have?
I don't know.
Do I have what?
Do you have outdoors?
No.
Then
whatever you do, don't kill this old lady.
I'll say, this is its own unique thing at this point. Trying to.
I like the idea of Sahin being like, okay, how do I knock this lady out? Getting out her comlink, going to YouTube and looking up how to create.
It's probably loud enough in there. I could probably watch a video.
She's watching the full tutorial in the background. She's continuing to sing as she's...
Meanwhile, the rest of us outside was taking it.
I'd say logic plus intuition for this one to try to...
Logic plus intuition, okay.
I hope you're smarter than me.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Logic and intuition?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling 10 dice.
Okay.
Yeah, you're smarter than me.
What's your logic?
3.
My logic is 5, my intuition is 5, and most recently I upped my lowest attribute to 4, so my lowest attribute is now 4 for anything.
Mine is 2.
Mine's
straight.
I've got 2 stats at 2 and 1 stat at 3.
Oh no! Can I spend edge after the fact?
Yes.
Yes.
You can spend edge to reroll.
1 for 1.
One for one. I'm going to spend an edge. Can we spend one more edge?
Uh-oh.
Okay. So I spent 2 edge and I have 2 hits.
Okay. You managed to have some sort of...
And then I sniff it and I pass out. No.
Did I do it right?
putrid colored solution.
And then you wake up again. Did I do it right? Pass back.
I don't remember.
Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
So tea time comes and goes. No.
Okay, so I get that, and
Yeah,
then
you
I
have
put
it on the bag.
Yep, and I go sneak up behind the lady. Do I have to roll for that again?
Yeah, as you've gone out of stealth technically to do this. You need 2. That's all you need.
Well, I got 5.
Okay. You just right up behind her and you clamp your hand over her mouth. Go to sleep. Yes? Okay.
That gives your evil side.
We're the best guys.
We're so good at this.
Yeah, she's in the middle of...
people of Shadow One, watch out.
Yeah, so she's in the middle of another folksy tune. Who's got a folksy tune?
Heidi.
Oh, no.
Sure, she's singing the Who's Line Irish Jinky song. And you just shut that down. And she's
no.
flailing. So yeah, for the few seconds you're struggling with her.
Is it athletics?
Yeah.
Close combat?
Oh yeah, I guess technically it would be close combat because she's...
And that's
flailing
actually
about.
one better than...
Finding an old woman.
Who is a Krav Maga instructor, of course.
Guys, I just got
Oh!
7 hits.
Oh!
I cannot beat that. No hits. There's no struggle. She just literally just flails her arms like the laundry in her hands just goes flying and she's like
everywhere.
Yeah. She just flops in your arms and she's not obese, but this is a larger woman. And,
Okay, I would like to, if I could find, a place to find some, hopefully clean sheets, put them down, and layers.
You're gonna bury your shame.
No. Put some sheets down and lie her down on the sheet so she's she needed a nap.
All right.
I see what you're getting at.
Security room that has 2 cameras knocked out.
Yes.
People are probably wondering what happened.
Yeah, just roll your athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Roman handle.
we've seen more increased people maybe making their way towards the laundromat location because
Perception.
I'm going to assist with that.
3 hits on athletics.
Yeah, she's a little heftier, but you managed to work her around.
I set her up a nice little nest where she took a nap.
Yeah, copious amounts of drool.
Intuition.
And she's out.
And I checked pulse.
It's weak, but it's there.
Okay. That's all I'm worried about.
I rolled really well on that perception check and I gave all my hits to Kyle.
That's
It's
right.
gonna ruin it.
You better not.
I did not ruin it. What are you talking about?
My dice were helpful.
Yeah. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 success.
5 what?
Hits. Here you go.
Oh.
And as soon as the ladies passed out, I said, okay, we're good.
Okay.
Well, do we see anything?
Uniforms. We need
From outside, you're not really seeing any more activity. It doesn't appear.
I'm thinking one person at a time stealths in,
I
grabs
was
the
thinking
uniform and goes.
you'd look through the tags and pick the right size.
Oh, okay.
Then
I
we only
will
have
look
one
through
person.
Oh, this is a good way to get insulted.
Okay, I say, everyone tell me what size you are.
I don't know, says Kizma.
Somebody tell me what size Kizma is.
There's you.
Kizma?
Fatima, would you mind? I'm gonna. Here, Slenderman, how tall are you? The men exchange sizes and the ladies exchange sizes, and we forward this exchange size.
Beth and I looks to Kizma. Have you never bought clothes before? Not when I was this size. Alright then.
She recently had a growth spurt.
I call Memphis.
I have to try real hard not to laugh at that one.
Watch yourself, buddy. Watch yourself.
Okay.
Alright, so they told me the
growth spurt was sideways.
Well, I guess we're rolling for this. Yeah, you guys are not at home in your bodies. So, yeah.
I have the luxury of being able to try some on.
I guess.
Oh no, this is gonna be wonderful.
Engineering? No. I'll just call this intuition.
Just intuition?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try some on, so do I have to roll intuition?
No, you just have a montage.
3 hours later, after
Fucking
she's trying them all out.
sunshine and trying all the different sizes. Yeah.
So, who's doing intuition? All of us?
Yeah, anybody who's not there to just try on
able to
every
try
different
them
size.
on.
Just straight intuition to.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What about
Can I take a 10?
tags?
Huh?
Checking tags of clothing.
Yes.
Let's
But
just give us
they
sizes.
they have to size up. Oh, like the current clothes that you are wearing.
Yeah.
Huh. Would your clothing have manifested tags? Huh. These are the questions.
I spend a story point.
You just spend a what now?
A story point from Genesis.
No.
Dang.
You spend an edge point, sir.
I cannot spend edge points. Unless it's
spend
after
edge
3 in the
points.
afternoon.
Can I spend an edge point to help?
Sure.
Actually, for reals, has it been 24 hours?
It would not have been. It's getting close.
Okay. This is going to be great,
I will
guys.
spend an edge point to assess from what I saw of him.
Oh wait.
Or
No, it would be about 24 hours at this point.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah.
Oh, so you can use edge points?
Then
Okay.
I will spend the edge points so that our clothing has tags with the appropriate sizes inside of it.
Okay.
That's how edge points work. Delicious edge points.
Sure. Okay. The appropriate sizes are
So
sized
we
up.
figure out what Kizma's size is based on.
Yes.
And what am I rolling to find that? Perception?
Yeah. Rifling through all the different dirty laundry. Well, you probably want to be going through the.
If I can find
Clean
clean
stuff.
laundry, that's what I'm going
And
with.
sadly, we're not going to have any ID cards, though.
Not unless you grab them.
We have access to one.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of sleepy drool on it, but
3 hits.
All right. Yeah, you think you're able to find reasonable.
And I do a quick sew for a tall, slender man.
Yeah. Just like the.
Cut some legs off of another uniform, sew them on the bottom.
Yeah.
I think no one will find it strange if his uniform doesn't fit him very well.
I do, though, while we're waiting around, I did go up to Hideyoshi and just say, Hideyoshi, I believe part of this is going to be mute because the Awaken already know about me and you, and they want us to make a phone call, so they already know what we
You
look
mean
like.
moot?
You're not here.
An end moot.
There's a gallery.
Well, I mean, we don't know how much exactly they know.
Right, but I mean, we're also very noticeable. I mean,
That's
So
true.
obviously you need to take off your glasses and part your hair differently, and then you'll be good.
You got a wig?
I mean, no.
Okay. Cut
He
your hair
also
off, I'll trade
hunches.
with you.
I'm sorry, what?
Superman also hunches as Clark Kent. So anyway,
I was making
Slenderman
a-
punching.
I mean, we'll do our best.
Okay.
Alright, so then I
Just
find the
hope
uniforms.
no one pays attention.
I sneak them back out.
Also,
do you?
I do.
make that phone call,
Why?
or we just
Yeah.
Let's wait for now.
I've seen better.
One.
You
Really?
can spend edge points if you have any remaining.
I have 2.
You have 2 remaining.
I don't think that's enough to do more than a couple more dice.
With 2 edge points. After the fact.
+1 to a single die roll.
Yeah, you can just add 1 to a single die roll.
Add 1.
Yeah.
So like if it's a 4, you can take it to a 5.
Yeah, or you
I can
re-roll
spend
1
an
dice.
edge point for that, or
Yeah.
2. 2 to upgrade
You
1.
spend 2 to upgrade 1.
2 edge points will give you +1 to a single roll, or you can spend 2 edge points to re-roll 2 single dice, I think.
Yeah.
By spending 1 twice.
Would it be better to for sure have 2 hits, or roll the dice and see if I can get 3?
It's up to you.
Depends how Sneaky Elf is feeling.
I'm gonna roll 2 dice.
All right.
I got 1, so
2 hits.
we'll work out.
Okay.
But I'm in a uniform now. Does that
You
help?
are. Okay. So, as you exit, are you just carrying the uniforms, or you got another one of the... carts.
It would probably be a pretty good sized bundle.
Yeah, I probably.
4 other people, 2 of whom are large.
Or 3.
Yeah.
The other- 4.
Including the veteranized people? Are we.
Well, just the 4 of us who are with you, which is a Slender Man, an orc, a troll, and a dwarf.
You don't know what Methanized people are up to, and she hasn't volunteered.
Okay. I would bring them in the cart.
Okay. As you... I guess you'd have a key at this point to open the door. So as you swipe the card and you start pushing the cart outside as the door slides open, you kind of hit somebody as you're emerging on the other side of the door that just is walking past, and they turn to face you. And
Is there a hat to this uniform?
I'll say sure. You've got a marble disguise hat.
Yeah.
Nobody recognizes you.
Yeah. But the person there, you're not getting a good look as you're like looking down.
Looking totally suspicious, I'm sure.
Yeah. And this, like, those of you outside were just seeing the person making their way.
I was
and,
typing out a text message. Look out!
but this individual was actually running in that direction.
Ah.
So you had very little time. So just as you were alerting Sahin, it was like, phew, the 2 paths collided, and the person was carrying a bundle in their arms, and they are knocked off their feet, and the uniforms in their arms just go flying all over the place.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me help you with that. I help them pick them back up and...
Oh, it's fine. Wait. Where's Matilda?
Oh, I was just helping her for the afternoon. Is it afternoon?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, morning, evening.
Time
Yay.
of day!
This is probably middle-aged.
And I push out of the door and get the door to close behind me. And tuck the key card away.
Troll. That's where it like worked at.
Okay.
Middle-aged troll man who's
So like I'm like
uniformed up.
you know
Yes.
sleight of hand, like, you know, shoving the, you know, stealthily trying to put things away and make sure the door closes behind me and making sure it doesn't look too intentional.
My superior has very specific instructions for the laundering of his clothing, so I should speak with Matilda directly. Yes.
While I see this kerfluffle taking place, I'm going to take out my rifle and take aim.
Okay.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Well, gonna have to talk to her tomorrow.
Why is that?
Well, she left me in charge, and I have to. I'm on this errand, and she's not here right now.
I just saw she was calling out.
Something came up.
Look,
I'm so sorry.
I'm level with you. If I'm only a few minutes late on this, and I missed her, when she comes out and just yells at everybody for their dirty laundry. Is there a way we can get this through properly so that
Okay.
I don't lose my head?
Can you write the instructions down? And when she comes back...
Oh, Matilda's learned to read then. That's not
Wait, seriously? Well, write them down so I don't have to remember, from memory when I tell her.
So you'll take care of... No, you're...
I'm just assisting. I don't know. I'm still kind of new to this. I'm the ins and outs of all of this. I'll write it down and I'll tell her when she comes back. That's the best I can promise.
Where would she have gone? He's just looking around the island.
I don't ask. I'm sorry.
Did you go to play in the snow? And he gestures over to the spoke on the wheel that's just covered in snowfall.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know.
Alright, so you are conning.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't have any cons.
You do get edge because the listener is desperate.
Okay, so I get an edge point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you can only use for this scenario.
Oh, I can only use it for this
Yeah.
scenario? Okay. And then... What's happening?
You're rolling con.
Yeah.
Okay, if I don't have the con skill.
Now you can do it untrained.
Okay.
Rules clarification. You earn general edge points by doing cool stuff, right?
Yes.
Like sneaking into a laundromat, shooting at the cameras, and poisoning an old lady.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
So I get another edge
Yeah.
point from that?
Again,
That was
I get a general.
weird and creative. So
Okay.
sure.
And I MacGyvered some knockout juice.
That happened.
45 is so proud.
Okay, so con this man.
Okay, so what am I rolling for con? I don't know what the
Con
related
is, I
skill is.
believe,
Charisma.
Charisma.
Oh.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Yes.
Can I spend that edge I get for this?
Mhm.
What can I do with it before I roll?
With one edge, before you can do an edge action, whatever those are, you can re-roll one die after you roll it. If you want to use more things, you can negate
Well,
one.
I got an edge point for the
Yeah.
cool thing I did, so I can have two. What can I do? Two pre.
Two pre, you can use an edge action, another one that's just two, or you can negate one edge of the foe, which you probably don't need to worry about.
What is an edge action?
There are several actions.
Edge actions for
Starting
players
bottom
and
there.
listener are additional
Oh,
things
sorry.
you can do during encounters that allow for hopefully working things to your advantage.
Yeah.
By spending edge.
So,
Spending one edge is you can just get an extra die, which is nice.
While spinning in your con, you get to a part where extra drama would be appropriate, and you bring it. Maybe it's a dramatic speech, maybe it's some tears or sorrowful hysterics. But whatever the case, you take action to tug the heartstrings of the mark and bring them to your side for a quick con. This can bring in cost 2 edge to use the con skill, but if I don't have the con skill, I can't do that.
You can still do it untrained.
Okay.
Which would just be
on the next page, it tells you how much they cost, so you probably have to look at this.
Oh, it tells you on these two.
Yeah, but at least with this, you can at least see which ones right off the bat you can do, and then kind of go from there.
So in game, you guys are just watching Sahin run into this guy, and then they talk for a few seconds, and Sahin just
I'm just gonna
blanks.
Okay,
and,
so question: if I'm rolling for con, and then it says you use skill con, if I decide to do an edge skill before I do my con that I'm actually doing, if I'm rolling con and con, what does that look like, Game Master?
Charisma.
So I'm rolling charisma. Does that... Yeah. And does that mean that my first charisma roll goes towards my total hits for the whole scenario?
I believe for each test, the first test is just going to be for your edge action. If you're...
Okay, then what does that do for me, though?
The edge action? Bring the drama is what you're looking at?
Yeah.
For a quick con...
Or, no, is this just the kind of con you're trying to do?
No, it's an edge action. It says that you may spend a certain amount of edge points to perform an edge action pre the check.
Okay.
And I don't know what that does for me.
Oh, actually, Bring the Drama is only for specifically conning people out of money.
Oh.
That's weird.
Okay. I feel like I could use drama for this.
Right? Are we just using con incorrectly? Or is that attack just... Or is that edge action just not...
No, con works because it says it's the key aspect of a group. Of this group is persuasion, where you act as someone or something you're not.
Okay, so then but the edge action Bring the Drama is probably not appropriate for this situation.
Well, no, that was just giving you examples. Like, for a quick con, this could bring in 200 new in from onlookers, and then when used as a longer, so it's just like, those are some examples of what you can do.
Well, what would be the example for
this
actually trying to con somebody?
Probably up to the GM.
I'd say I would say just roll your con. In this case,
think kind of how I'm taking it is like you're assisting yourself. So like, I don't know if that's kind of what it is, but it's like you can give yourself a boost in your actual.
Actually, wait a second. What is what's a normal con check contest do?
Sorry, dear listener, that we're perusing the rule book.
We're learning how to play.
The con thing itself.
Does it have a description in the con skill for how you make money with it? Because that might give us an idea about...
Well, it says like maybe you're acting like a long-lost heir to a portion of something bored. Maybe you're tending to be a down on your luck business suits, looking to make a big score to launch them back to the top. Whatever the case may be, con is the skill you use to convince the other person that you are something you are not. So whether or not that's to make the money or you're lying your way through stuff.
Okay.
Because there's the other one, which is, I forget what it's called, persuasion. Or influence, which is more like, hey, your influence is when you're trying to... this is the other way of shaping the opinions of others along with con. When you're trying... So basically, influence is more the honest side, while con is more the kind of honest, kind of shrewd type of things.
It's deception versus charm.
Right, basically.
Well, she is deceiving.
Yeah. Up to Game Master how he wants to roll this.
I'll say sure. If you spend the 2 edge points, you can basically bring the drama, and then hits will go to additional dice for your action.
So basically assisting yourself.
Okay. Okay, so I'm giving myself 2 extra dice.
Okay.
For my actual roll.
And how dramatic? Like, what is the drama you are bringing? What are you doing and saying?
She didn't tell me where she's going. I'm so stressed. I'm new to this. I'm trying to help. I can help you any way I can. But this is the best I can do. I'm so sorry. And tears.
Okay. The waterworks are starting.
Mm-hmm.
Turn faucet on?
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
3. 3 hits.
Okay.
Fine. I'll just follow up, I guess, later, and we'll make sure that everything was taken care of properly. If with the right
Okay.
I just have to make sure the right portions are starched and everything, you understand?
I get it.
Do you need a hug?
I don't want to hug right now. No.
Right.
He just starts moving past you to put the dirty laundry in the laundry room.
I will put that in there.
Oh,
I can take care of that.
You're sure?
You go about your business. I'm so sorry for this inconvenience.
He just rests a hand on your shoulder.
It gets better.
What gets better?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not gonna ask.
This probably looks really weird for your scope. Where you're just like, what's going on?
What are they doing?
And then I take dirty laundry. I make the
This is
show
when she
of.
makes the boyfriend.
No.
I think not.
I leave the cart just outside the door, and I put the stuff inside, and then I come back out
Okay.
and close it. And
Yeah, the troll man has taken off at that point.
okay, I just make sure I'm going through the motions. So anybody actually watching, or if he turns around to look, I'm following through the motions.
All right. So yeah, you have seemingly successfully extracted the appropriate uniforms.
Mm-hmm. And then I take them to the outcropping. I take the cart somewhere. I kind of,
Turn the cart into a dressing room.
is it big enough for that?
For the dwarf?
For the dwarf, yes.
The rest of
And
us
then,
might not care.
I look around and I start tossing uniforms. And then I take the cart back. I look around, and if there's anything sitting around that looks vaguely clothes-like, I'll grab that, throw it in the cart, head back to the laundry
Vaguely
room.
clothes-like? What?
So
So you
like
clothes.
the other uniforms or
Yeah.
something. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they're not just lying around. Well, they are now, the ones you just threw. But
Well, no,
Well,
she
I
threw those to
them
us.
to
yes,
them.
I know.
But then
If you see like a
then I take the cart back to the laundry room.
Okay.
dirty rag lying on the ground, I'll wash that.
Okay. You head back with the cart though, and you got to put it back in the laundry.
Mm-hmm.
At any point, do I see additional people approaching the laundry room?
Not really. Then nobody really appears to be paying any extra attention. People are just kind of heading about their normal business. And yeah, you go and return the cart, and just walk off into the wilderness.
Explosions behind you?
No.
There goes the old lady.
But yes, I leave the cart there. Did he give me any instructions about the clothes? Did I get his name at all?
You had not gotten his name, but he had
written a note. Okay.
written out the instructions.
I make sure to make sure that his pile of uniforms is stuck in a very noticeable area with the note straight on top of it. Yep.
All right.
Yep. And then I leave.
If you're gonna be a fake,
Laundress?
yeah, you're gonna sell it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell it because I don't want anybody to notice so much.
You don't want to notice the old lady taking a sleep in the corner.
I mean...
Yeah, when you head back in there, she's still sawing logs, and yeah, you guys.
Is there can I find a pillow that was out to be laundered or something for something,
Sure.
and make it look like she took the effort to make a little.
She's just taking a nap.
Yeah, she's just taking a nap.
She's had a hard day.
Yeah.
She had
such a stressful day at work, she pulled out her suppressed pistol, shot out the cameras, and then took a nap.
Some days you just gotta.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You ever been so tired?
Yeah.
They just took out the cameras around walking in.
So yeah, you guys have the uniforms that have been supplied, and start pulling them on.
Out of curiosity, now since we have a closer look at them, can we see what since you said there was different types of uniforms?
Yeah.
What type of uniforms do we have?
Largely the uniforms themselves appear to be the same. It's like the markings on the lapel that seem to indicate the duties associated.
What type of, do we happen to know what the markings mean? Do they actually say, or do they just color-coded type of thing?
The the ones that people are wearing have those designations. It appears as though those are removed when they're sent to the laundry.
Alright, so we have no designation right now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna exchange my clothing. Is there enough space in my uniform to fit the armor jacket underneath the uniform?
Technically, yes, but
will it look weird?
A bit weird.
Okay, then I'm gonna armor jacket over the top of the uniform.
Okay.
Have I seen anybody else walking around with heavy equipment?
Nobody else appears to be heavily armed or armored, because they're
Inside their base.
they appear to be largely researchers. There's security personnel, but they have like basic sidearms and that sort of thing.
Okay. I don't want to die. I'm putting the armor jacket on top.
Okay.
Now, with my... I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm guessing my auctioneer business clothes cannot fit underneath the uniform.
They can.
But what's it going to look kind of weird?
Yeah.
Look at rumpled.
Okay. I don't know if I even have like a quote-unquote backpack or bag.
You can attempt to do what they do in Mission Impossible, where they have the 3 different outfits that they just peel off, and it's like, no, I'm life of the party. Now I'm gonna go stealth mode.
That was pretty cool when I forget which one it was, where he goes over the wall of the Vatican or something in the FedEx thing, and then he comes out the other side and yeah. Go ahead.
That was my third one.
The third one? That one's pretty good. I'll try to do that then. I don't know if I have to roll anything.
It's no Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol, but
right. I'm not planning to hang off fitting sides of any tall buildings yet. I tried to do that in my last roll.
No, the central structure isn't that tall. It's you judge it by the outside, maybe 3 or 4 stories.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I'll put on my uniform over top, I guess, my clothes. Okay. And then continue along. I don't know where we're going.
Kizma is just putting on the uniform. It fits weird, but I guess everything fits weird now. This is my life. And Bethana just looks to the rest of you. I'm confused. Did she recently have children or something? Appears rather unhappy with her body.
I just go up to Beth and just put my hand on her shoulder. It's like, it's probably best if you don't ask about that, and just give her a little pat and just kind of...
Teenagers, enough said.
All right. You're talking to one.
I am one.
Yeah.
Technically, we all are.
Yep.
We all are teenagers.
You're all good teenagers. Everybody's suited up.
Yep.
Although I think we're missing a card key.
No, I kept that.
Yassine's got that.
No, I mean the rest of us.
We just follow this one. Follow Matilda. Do you waltz?
Ooh, waltzing Matilda.
Well, no, I'm not Matilda because I wouldn't have picked that uniform.
But you have your ID card.
Oh, fair point.
As far as the system is concerned, you're Matilda.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So, where are we going now? I got us uniform. Somebody else got to figure out the rest of this.
I looked at an eye.
Well,
we just go deep,
or just waltz on in, or
well, provided nobody stops us and demands to see our designations.
We're just gonna go in the big building and see what's there.
Well, obviously, be prepared to fight our way out, but
I'm all right with that.
We are starting to get a bit pressed for time.
Okay. Yeah, tea time's really important.
Good.
Don't want to miss it.
Getting on. Well then, Matilda.
Alright, let's go.
I just kind of get close up to Hideyoshi and he's like, okay, so first Zaheen, then Reggie, then Matilda. Okay, this is going to get kind of crazy.
It's complicated.
Yeah. Girls are kind of weird.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, let's go follow waltzing Matilda.
Okay, everybody falls in behind Matilda. Yep.
And we're going towards the center building, and...
Yeah, and I'm...
Just walk in like you own the place.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that's what I'm doing, except I am trying to keep my guns and swords and things a little less conspicuous. Not obviously trying to hide them, but just like you do in the movie theater, where you put your water on the side of your leg, and you're like, there you go. Even though they don't actually care anymore.
What? Who does that?
I'm pretty sure every person does that.
No. Never taken outside food or drink into a cinema.
Yeah, walk casual is what we're doing.
Walk casual. So we're there. There's not a door for every o'clock, but every even o'clock.
Okay. On the main spire.
Is there cameras watching the entryway, I presume?
Yeah, there are exterior cameras that are just kind of sweeping back and forth.
So, what were you talking to that troll guy about?
Well, he was late in bringing uniforms and needed to talk to Matilda directly.
Gotcha.
So I was playing the only helping her for the afternoon, super new, so sorry she left, didn't tell me where.
Classic. Speaking of which, where did Matilda go?
She's taking a nap.
Like a long, hard nap, or just like...
Just an
Just a
afternoon
read?
nap.
Okay.
Okay.
That's probably better than the long, hard nap.
Yeah.
Also, out of curiosity, since we actually saw Mr. Trollman, where did he come from? Did he come from the central thing?
No, he came out from one of the outlying buildings.
I guess we're not actually going to the place that he's actually at, because that would kind of weird if, assistant that's supposed to be doing laundry. So I'm like, hey.
As far as you know, he is not in the central structure.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so how do you want to get in here? Does it matter which way
I
we
think
go
it's
in?
like using a key card is how we get in.
Well, I meant which door.
Let's walk up to the 4 o'clock door, because it's
Okay,
closest.
4 o'clock door.
All right, that's the laundry, I believe.
To the main building?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And there was no out.
No,
Doors.
you walk in this rather squarish room with all sorts of industrial laundry
And
equipment.
there's nothing else,
Whoa.
no doorways to anywhere else.
Nope.
Matilda is
No,
taking
well,
a nap.
Then we probably would have chosen like the 6 o'clock door.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I had known that, then it wouldn't have...
Sorry. I
Sleep well, Matilda. I go close the door.
I thought the laundry was in a building.
Nope, that's actually part of the main structure.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, then let's go into 6 o'clock door.
All right. As you head into the proper door, you swipe the key at the door panel, and the door slides open.
Okay.
What do we see inside as we
What's
step inside?
As you head inside, the ceiling is probably about 12 feet up.
Mhm.
There's like these large industrial tubings that just run back and forth along the top of it that kind of run back down along the walls and into the ground. And at the center of the room appears to be made up of this... If the building proper is the wheel, there's like this spoke at the center. There's like this another cylindrical portion of the bottom floor that's maybe 5 meters across. And yeah, there's another set of doors on either side of it that appear to lead inside, and there's like these larger tubings lead to it, smaller tubings lead to it. From what you...
Now, to clarify, this room leads into the center of the building, which is where the center thing is located, over the center of the island.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Everything center.
Okay.
Central. Grand
Gotcha.
Central.
Grand Central Station.
Yes. And yeah, largely as you walk in the 6 o'clock door, this, basically the whole main floor is open. There are just portions of it that are cordoned off that are smaller chambers. The other ones appear to be larger than the laundry room. I plan out some of the floor mapping and then leave some of it up to what happens during the game. And
Let the
now
fans
we've got a
Laundry room.
But yeah, to the other rooms, there appears to be tubes that come. They're like there are input tubes and there appear to be output tubes. You guys can roll engineering checks.
Is that a skill?
Logic.
Yes, it's a logic skill.
Okay, so I would just roll logic.
Yeah.
2 hits out of 3 dice.
Not bad, sir.
I stayed in school.
Oh, yeah, boys. That is 4 hits.
Okay.
2 hits.
Okay. Hideyoshi, Sahin, you guys are looking. It's like, looks like there's power going to and from this central column that's closed off. And Memphis, you're like, aha! The power that's going to the central column appears to be powering up the exterior circuitry of this column, but the power that's coming from it is coming from inside that chamber.
Whoa.
Yeah. So there's some sort of power that's being siphoned off from within and being used to power up the rest of the structure, it appears.
Now, using my knowledge of the island and my previous role about it being formed and all that good stuff, would I know if there would be, like, as coming from the centralized location of the origin point, would I know if there's, like, some sort of residue power left over or, like, some artifact of sorts, or is it...
From what you know, the island was constructed, like, up on top at this level, above, the epicenter from where it was crafted, at the heart of this island. Up here, it logically feels like there should be some sort of,
marker or something.
Arrangement of stones, perhaps, like a hinge. But you haven't seen anything like that.
Okay, granted, might be the smaller middle.
If it's within that, it's not a typical druidic array of stones.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the central column is pretty small, like only 5 meters across. So whatever is in there doesn't seem to equate to your typical Stonehenge kind of setup.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what just that I probably went to school learning about Arthurian legends and whatnot, could I maybe deduce what that inside might be? Because obviously it's not like they're keeping Stonehenge.
I'll save you some time. You got no idea what's in there.
That's fine. Cool. Well, further up and further in, as they say.
Are there any people in the room?
You hear people and activity from within the central column, and that's about all you're able to make out at this point. But you do know, Sahin, that at least in the exterior room where you were, there was a fair amount of noise, and even in this larger central chamber where you can even see to the very center of the building and that column, it's still fairly loud. There's just this constant vroom, vroom of energy. And as you guys have entered, you don't immediately mark any other individuals, but each of you roll your perception.
Okay.
2 hits.
For perception's intuition?
Yes.
1 hit.
Usually intuition. It could be logic in some cases.
3 hits.
Okay. Sahin and Hideyoshi, you guys are, as there's this arrhythmic thrumming that seems to pulse through the cables and the tubing and whatnot, there's something almost organic about it. And it almost feels like there's this strange heartbeat to it. And you just get this weird enclosed feeling like you just walked into a living organism. And as you've entered, that sound begins to heighten and just... And as you're looking around, the entire structure begins to shift and become fainter, incorporeal, and then just reverts completely back to reality.
Now the question is that happening to them too, since they got high enough, or am I noticing?
That part you're also...
Alright, that part I'm not able to notice that. It feels like I walked into an organism,
Right.
but it seems like something went weird with me.
Is our party all still here?
However, everybody's still here, but as you've snapped back to reality, as you're looking around, there's this strange haze, like a filter that's almost come over the world, and Kizma looks around warily, brings up her instruments, and starts keying in some various commands.
I'm going to, while she's doing that, go and look out the door that we just came in.
So you look out the portal on the door. The world outside appears to be this almost film negative version of itself. And yes,
You can finish. I was going to ask something really quick.
it might be
okay.
capable.
Since I actually read up about this from the books I was given, I probably know about the astral plane stuff.
You
Does
do
this feel like the astral plane?
Kind of.
Okay.
But as you're assessing, this feels like astral energy. This just kind of swept over everything. Kizma's looking over her instrumentation. Guys, I think we're in the Matrix.
Whoa.
Wait, like, our physical bodies are actually in the Matrix? Or...
Mm-hmm.
That's unusual, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like digital monsters now.
So...
Oh,
So,
what do we do?
I think time and space just folded in on themselves, and there's some sort of weird magical energy that's blending realities together.
Important question.
Hmm?
Is it our fault?
Not yet?
Okay. Let's take a look around and see if we can figure out how to reverse that.
well, maybe this is how we give ourselves the clouds, the thingy. Who knows?
Kizma just reaches up where she has like the staff slung over her back. Well, is this where this is important? Is this...
No, it's fine. Maybe hold on to that thought. Just saying.
You said the thrumming continues?
It's lessened, but it's still very much present.
Any additional people or entities or avatars scattered about?
From the various other chambers, including the central column, a handful of spectral figures just walk through the walls. And
Towards us?
not directly, but to either side of you, there's about a half dozen of these figures that just abruptly turn in your direction. And these are... This is a weird blend of like those moments in the Matrix where Neo is seeing, the ones and the zeros and the patterns and like all that sort of thing, but there's also, like you were suspecting in Memphis, this weird astral overlay to all of this, like that weird, almost film negative look to everything. And you are not able to gauge proper features or aspects to any of these figures.
They're just blobs that look humanoid, basically.
And one of them just raises a hand in your direction, and that's what we'll pick up next time.
Hi, guys! And just waves at us. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm trapped in here, too. Where have you guys been?
Yep, that's exactly how this is going to go.
Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm.
But you, point of fact, you do not appear this strange, nebulous
We
form
don't
to
appear-
each other. You all look much the same.
Should I read up on astral combat or matrix combat?
It might behoove you.
Both. Okay.
All right.
I'm no good at either of those guys.
Cool.
I'm real bad at both of them.
We'll see how things go. You guys have made some choices, so we'll see how this ends up going, and we'll pick up there next time on Tim Portalers. Thanks for checking out our show. If you want to learn more about us, follow us at Tim Portlers on Twitter, or you can email us directly at tim.portlers@gmail.com.